us to your truth in love as we are on this journey of faith, as we are on this journey as students of who you are. Speak to us this morning as we open our minds and our hearts and our spirits to be taught by you. In Christ's name we all pray. Amen. You know, as a little kid, I really enjoyed going to Sunday school. I really enjoyed going to Sunday school and learning all sorts of interesting things about the Bible, famous characters of the Bible, details about their stories. I had a wonderful time at Sunday school. But one of my favorite activities from Sunday school was the once a month Bible quiz that we would have. We would get into these competitions again about certain stories in the Bible, and the teacher would ask us a question, and whoever had the answer, we would get either a pen or a pencil, we would get a bookmark. I mean, it was really cool just to have that opportunity to prepare. But the big daddy of all Bible quizzes was when we were challenged to learn the names of all the books in the Bible. That, when Miss Teresa asked us to prepare for that became the most intense challenge that I ever had in second grade. Thankfully, Miss Teresa, when he said, you know, I want you to prepare for this Bible quiz, she gave us a week in advance to prepare. And guess what? I studied, I prepared, I memorized the names. I asked my mom to help me. She asked me questions, she quizzed me. And like an athlete preparing for the most important race that a second grader could ever have, I trained that week like never, ever, ever. And I can say that indeed I was ready for the mammoth of all Bible quizzes. And then Sunday came, and the competition began by grade 11. First graders were the first ones. They were not very good. I think only 1 out of 6 got the 66 books right. Then the second graders, that was my class. It was 4 of us. If you ask me, the other 3 were formidable opponents. But I knew what a teacher had told me a long time ago. It was not a competition with them, it was all about me. So I was the second to go, actually the third one to go. The first 2 were impeccable. They got the 66 books right. Then it came my turn. You could feel the tension in the room. If you had a knife, you could cut the pressure with a knife. And so then I was there in front of everybody. It was my turn, and I began. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. I'm not cheating, it's just that I want to make sure I pick it up. First, 2nd Samuel, 1st, 2nd Kings. You get the idea. I nailed it. And I broke the record. I got the 66 books of the Bible in less than 30 seconds. The prize for my amazing feat was my first Bible. That's what I got. I can't find it. But here's the kicker about that story. 20 years later, when I went to seminary, in my Old Testament class, Dr. Bruce Birch, in our midterm, offered to give us an extra credit if we could write down all the names of the Old Testament. Guess who got an extra credit? write them in Spanish. Because but I got the extra credits. I have to thank Miss Teresa, my best ever Sunday school teacher, because I got all the names right and an extra credits as I began my seminary studies. I have to say that I'm very thankful for Miss Teresa for the time that she took to teach me. You could tell that she loved teaching us. I'm thankful for her willingness to be patient with all of us in that class. We were wild, we were crazy. But she always found a way to bring us back to the stories. She always found a way to bring us back to sit down and listen to the stories that not only were interesting and amazing, but most importantly, the truth of knowing that there was a God who loved us and had a purpose for all of us. I know that I was in second grade and maybe I was little to understand all those things. But I'm very thankful for everything that she did for me. I'm sure that I actually hope and pray that you have someone in your life like Miss Teresa, who took the time to teach you, to pour themselves into you, so that you would become someone that would later in life have a purpose and find meaning in life. Someone that really took the time to teach you, not only to make you smarter, but about life, most importantly. If you look into the ministry of Jesus, you will realize that he's always teaching. In fact, education was a very important value to Jesus and the religious culture that surrounded him. In his videos and writings, Christian author and theologian and pastor Rob Bell, he talks about how in the first century Israel, or the Jewish world, rabbis, who were the religious teachers, were revered, were honored. And you could argue that there was no better job or most important job than to be a rabbi. They were respected, they were honored, and really only the cream of the crop were able to actually become rabbis. Bell explains that, for example, this vocation of becoming a rabbi started really early in the boys' lives. It started from about the age of 6 to 10 years old, when little kids would be asked to memorize the first 5 books of the Bible, the Torah. Now, this is not memorizing the name of the book of the Bible. This is memorizing each word of all the books, of those 5 books. Then, after the age of 10, between the ages of 10 to 14, the most advanced kids will continue to go into this process of becoming potentially a rabbi. And among the things that they would have to do was to memorize now the entire Hebrew Scriptures. Again, think about it. Between 10 and 14, that was your task. This is when a lot of the kids would give up becoming a rabbi. You can imagine how difficult it was. Then, between the ages of 14 and 15, if you had made it all the way to memorizing the entire Hebrew Scriptures, you might be able to continue on this pursuit of becoming a rabbi by having a one-on-one interview with a rabbi. And in this interview, the rabbi will not only ask you about the Bible and questions about certain prophets, and tell us about the laws of Leviticus, about what to eat or not to eat, what to wear. It was not just basic questions that they would ask you. They would ask you, I would say, even philosophical questions. And the rabbi needed to get a sense of who you were. And if the rabbi liked the way you think, then you might be able to be selected. Now, to get to this level, you really have to be an overachiever. To get to this level, to become an apprentice to a rabbi, it's almost like those kids who are the summa cum laudes or the valedictorians. I was never one of them, I have to say. But if you were, you could potentially become an apprentice of a rabbi. Again, if the rabbi felt that you were intellectually ready, and if the rabbi felt that you had in your heart the necessary character to become a man of God who was in charge of teaching to the people, then you will make it. Then you will become a teacher. Then you will become a rabbi. Fast forward then now to the book of Matthew, the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 5. Now Jesus opens up the Sermon on the Mount. Some would say, as a teacher, if you were looking for a syllabus of what it meant to be a follower of Jesus, this teacher, this rabbi, all you have to do is look at the Sermon on the Mount. That is his syllabus of what you can become, or what you need to do if you want to become a follower of Jesus. If you want Jesus to really pour into you and allow him to teach you, this is what you need to do. If you marinate in these words and if you follow these words, then they will have the capacity of forming you. And in all likability, as Jesus is teaching these words to the crowds, he's probably remembering the words from the book of Deuteronomy that we just heard this morning, that he heard as a little boy. You shall put these words of God in your heart and soul, and you shall bind them as a sign on your hand and fix them as an emblem on your forehead. Teach them to your children, talking about them when you are at home, when you are away, when you lie down and when you rise. Write them on the doorsteps of your house and on your gates, so that your days and the days of your children may be multiplied in the land that the Lord has given you. As long as the heavens are above you, repeat these words to you and your children. And I'm pretty confident that as Jesus is in front of them, teaching them, he was not just lecturing people. He had allowed these words to shape who he was. He had allowed these words to teach him how to become a man of God. Because he knew that if you allow the Word of God can really form you. I would even go as far as to say that the Word of God can change you, can transform you, can reshape you, re-put you together, reform you. But I wonder at times, as modern people that we are, or as some would say, post-modern people, what is really forming us today? As a recent study by the Journal of the American Medical Association and Pediatrics published that childhood poverty has reached its highest level in 20 years, and that 1 in 4 children live in a food insecure household. I wonder what is forming us when that same study tells us that 7 million children lack health insurance. I wonder what is forming us as a child is abused or neglected every 47 seconds. As 1 in 3 children is overweight or obese. 5 children are killed every day by firearms. 1 in 5 experiences a mental disorder, and racial and ethnic disparities continue to be extensive and pervasive. Children now account for 73.5 million of Americans. That's 24% of us. But only 8% of the federal expenditure. And child well-being in the United States has been in decline since the most recent recession. I wonder who is forming us? What is forming us? What is teaching us? What have we allowed to form us? Who or what has poured into our lives? Or as Jesus would say, I wonder if we have lost our saltiness for life. Jesus says to the multitudes, you are the salt of the earth. But if salt loses its saltiness, how will it become salty again? It is good for nothing but to be thrown away and trampled under people's feet. Remember, you are the light of the world. A city on the top of a hill can't be hidden. Neither do the people light a lamp and put it under a basket. Instead, they put it on the top of a lampstand, and it shines on all who are in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before people so that they can see the good things you do and praise your Father who is in heaven. And then again, I started thinking about the best teachers I ever had. They have been the ones that looked into my eyes and asked me the tough questions. They wouldn't let me just get by. And they opened themselves to me to let me know that they were with me even when I wasn't getting it. They kept pushing me. And I know that they have authority over me, but I knew that they were with me. They wanted my well-being and pushed me to be a better man. Because they took the time to pour themselves into me so that I could see a different world. Not just for myself, but for those who are less fortunate than me. A few years ago, I had a chance to go back to Mexico to officiate the wedding of a good friend of mine. And it had been quite some time since the last time that I had been home. And even longer since I had seen Miss Teresa. She had not seen me as a pastor. I left as a kid to come here. And now I came back as a pastor. The weekend that I officiated the wedding, on that Saturday, I had an opportunity to preach for the first time at my home church. Miss Teresa came to that service that Sunday. As I began my sermon, I wanted to make sure that she knew that there were 3 people that I blamed for me being a pastor. One was my grandmother. One was my mother. And the third, Miss Teresa. That's how important her love for God and for me and her teachings were for me. She impacted me by the way she welcomed everyone. She impacted me by the way she taught us how to serve others without being condescending. And most importantly, she impacted me because I knew that she loved Jesus dearly. In other words, she allowed Jesus to teach her. And she allowed Jesus to form her. Miss Teresa died last year. And I was told that at her funeral, many of the kids that she taught came forward to express gratitude and thankfulness for her life. now all of us adults. I wasn't able to go to her funeral. And I was told that many of those boys and girls had a very similar story to mine. I was glad that she knew how important she was to me. Who is forming you? What is forming you? Is Jesus forming you? Are you allowing Jesus to pour into you? Are you allowing Jesus to stand with you in the places of success and failure? Are you opened up so that Jesus can pour into you and form you, so that you can become the salt of the earth and the light of the world? And if Jesus is our teacher, are we as a church willing to pour ourselves into our community? Are we willing to stand with our schools to support and encourage the students, the staff, and the family of our city and our schools? I hope you're going to say yes, because our church has begun conversations to help support our schools, to make sure that our children, even when they're not literally our children, can receive more than an identification, but a love that can be poured into them. The city on a hill cannot be hidden. We need to let the light of Christ shine bright. We need to let Jesus set the agenda. We need to let Jesus set our vision. And we need to let Jesus be our teacher so we can change the world. The city on a hill cannot be hidden. Let your love shine the light of Christ, so that people will know who your teacher is.